Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. Now let's get started right into this video. So for this video, I wanted to do something a little different. This is going to be like a snake print, 3D print type of nail set. I got inspiration from this nail artist off of Instagram, TikTok. She's one of my favorite nail techs that I like to watch. And I thought this design was so cool. I literally just woke up today and was like, yeah, I'm recreating this design. So let me show you guys what I'm going to be using for this nail set. So this set is going to be very simple. I'm just going to use some nude polygel. I like this color, so I'm going to be using this one. Some rhinestone glue. This will be for like the 3D print. I'm also using a iridescent chrome powder and some black polish. I'm really excited to try out this nail set. I think this will be, I don't want to say it's easy, but definitely a challenge for me to try out, because although I think I can get the print down, it's just the 3D part that I think will be giving me a bit of a challenge. So like I said, I'm really excited to try this out. So let's get started right into the next part of this video. So I used a bit of top coat to put like a thin layer over the nails. This is what I do just to pop my nails off after I'm done with the set. Next, I'm going to glue these tips on. I'm going to use my nail clippers to clip these down a little bit shorter. Next, I'm going to file my nails with a hand file. I think I got it to a good length. So now that I'm done cutting these down and filing them, I'm going to start with the polygel application. As y'all can see here, I'm just spreading the polygel all the way down to the tip of the nail. I like to do this from the tip of my natural nail down to the tip of the actual tip, and then just spread it out. I try to spread it out first and then try to make it smooth later. That just makes it easier for me to just work on the polygel until I do the next bead. And as soon as I put down the second bead, I like to work around the cuticle first, just so that I can make it as smooth as possible near the cuticle. I don't want flooding over it, and I do not want like any polygel missing around that area too. And one of the first few mistakes that I made early on in my polygel and acrylic application was like, I would be too afraid to just work around that area and really focus on that area. I would be so afraid of flooding the cuticle that I wouldn't put enough polygel or acrylic around that area, so there would be spaces of missing acrylic or polygel, and it would just ruin the nail designs completely. So as y'all can see here, after I'm done with the whole cuticle area and building the apex, I'm going to just spread it out, make sure that there's no uneven levels of the polygel.
Honestly, there are some things that I don't show you guys. Like, if I messed up really bad, sometimes I might not include it in the video, which also, I just wanted to point this out to y'all. This is like one of the downsides of using the pop-off method, because as I was doing this nail right here, yeah, this one, literally the nail just popped off right in the middle of polygel application. So I don't know if y'all can see this, but where I put the first bead and there's that ending part that's like near the beginning of the second bead, very confusing, but that literally hardened before I could get the rest of the polygel to harden, so it looks a little bit weird. So if y'all notice that, just ignore that. Some of y'all are probably wondering, when is it an appropriate time to use the 1 bead method or the 2 bead method or whatever bead method? For me, I do it depending on the length of the nail. If I have really long nails, like in this case, I do multiple beads. Generally, I'll use the 2 bead method, just 1 bead away from the tip of the natural nail and then 1 bead on top of the natural nail. And then if I'm doing short nails, I just do 1 bead. And sometimes I might do 1 bead on a longer nail. Honestly, it's just depending on how much time that I have, because if I just want to get the polygel application out of the way, I'll just do 1 bead instead.
I finally finished with application, and next I'm going to get started on filing these nails.
I feel like when it comes to filing, it's the hardest for me to explain because there's like no set way that I do it, but for me, I really try to focus on flat edges and having crisp edges. So I really try to focus on the sides. I try to make sure that I put my file at a certain angle so that the sides can be like really crisp and straight. And then when I file the surface of the nail, I try to make sure that the file is at a certain angle as well to make sure that when I file it, there's not any like spaces and the surface is even all across. And when it comes to the e-file, I really try to focus that at the tip of the nail and at the cuticle area because those are places where I can't really perfect that area with a hand file for me. So I try to use the e-file on those areas instead. And with both the e-file and the hand file, I really try to make sure that I don't angle them at a certain area so that I don't round out the edges of the nails because I was really struggling with that early on in my nail career, and my nails would be very uneven, and some nails would be really straight and square looking, and some of them will just have a squoval look to it. It was really off. And of course, I always go in with the buffer. I might not include it in every video, but I just wanted to include it this time just in case anyone wanted to know the last step to filing. But for those who don't know, essentially the buffer is used to get rid of any scratches from the filing.
To start off with this next part, I'm going to use some black polish for the French outline.
Now, when I say French outline, I'm just talking about the smile line. I don't fill in the space after it, if that makes sense. And for me, this has to be the trickiest part of doing French, is not filling it in. If I'm being honest, I struggled with this between takes so bad because I could not get each and every nail to look identical as possible. Like the pointer nail would come out perfect for me, and then as soon as I do the rest of the nails, they would all be different lengths, different thicknesses. It would just be so just messy. So if y'all see me making the French outline and then wiping it off multiple times, just know that I was really struggling here.
I made a little mess here, but disregard that mishap. So I finished the outline off screen, and here's how they came out. Next, I'm gonna put some top coat around the, well, underneath the outline part. This is where the chrome powder is going to go. I'm going to cure this for 30 seconds. Next, I'm going in with my chrome powder and I'm just going to rub that on. For the next step, I'm going back in with the black polish and I'm going to draw the scale outline.
I'll try to explain this the best way that I can. When doing the scales, of course I got inspiration from the video, so the way that I seen her do it was for the individual parts of the scale, I'm going to call them bulbs. That's probably not what they're really called, but I'll just say that for the sake of the video. So pretty much I round out the sides and then make like this curve inward at the bottom, and then I just repeat that same pattern as I go downward. Now for the sides, I just do like a curve upward.
I'm going to put a second coat of black polish over the scales and then cure that for 30 seconds so I can apply the second layer of chrome powder. I'm going to use some gold chrome this time. Now before I start with the 3D scales, I'm going to put on some top coat. Next, I'm going in with my rhinestone glue. I'm going to put the glue in between the spaces, and that will give that scale effect.
I made this mistake while applying the glue. Make sure to not apply too much glue. You just want enough so that when the glue spreads a little bit, because of course you have to do each and every individual bulb of the scale. Unless you're using some type of hard gel to put in between those bulbs, the gel, it's gonna spread. And I tried to remedy that as much as possible, but it still happened anyway. For this nail, I don't know if y'all can see, for the first 2 bulbs that I filled in, it literally just overlapped within each other and it spread and it just looked really weird. You can try to get like a liner brush to kind of just separate the two, but then again, the other gel in the individual bulbs are also going to spread, so it's just a whole mess.
Next, I'm putting on some cuticle oil.
On your home computer to read the day's newspaper. Well, it's not as far-fetched as it may seem. In fact, both local San Francisco papers are investing a lot of money to try and get a service just like that started. Science editor Steve...
Here are the final results. This has to be the most weirdest set that I've ever done, and I love it. I remember seeing the TikTok that I've inspired this set from for the first time, and I just thought, wow, like, this is just kind of bizarre, but it's so satisfying to watch, and the way that she does her designs are so cool. It just feels very unconventional. Only thing I wish I could have done differently was the outline. I feel like the French is there, but they don't look identical, you know? They look different to each other, which is something that I know is going to bother me every time that I look at this set. But overall, I think I did a pretty decent job. So tell me, what do you guys think of this set? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you wish I could have done something differently? Just let me know down in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like it. If you would like to see more content from me, please subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching, and bye!